So the second type of conflicts is about definitions. So I'm going to use any of the on-clicked task to illustrate. So this, again, we display the term apex on and its upper term. Apex on is a type of on. And we ask you a specific question. Select or provide a good definition and example sentence for apex on. So the conflict that we want to solve here is sometimes a term that we have in the ontology does not have a definition. It might have example sentence, and we want to make sure that the definition actually match the example sentence. So the definition of the term reflects the term usage in this example sentence. So this UI actually asks you to do two things. One, find a good definition. Two, match the definition with the example sentence. I think when the character recorder becomes used by users, we're going to have more example sentences and a more diverse set of definition. We want over time collect enough information to make the definition stabilized, and so here this UI helps us to collect those information. What is proposed? First, the UI lists the proposed definitions. So someone has proposed a definition T1, which make no sense for apex on. And you can add a definition here. Actually, I don't know why apex on is. I don't know what apex on is. Again, if it's not a good term, you can reject the term. However, let's say it is a good term. I would just say this is a good definition, although it is not for apex on. So after I read this apex on to this, so I would think this apex on is on that grow at the apex of the of some body. Pastelate scales body. But anyway, I'm not expert. You can write a better definition. So I'm going to add this as my new definition. So you can see this definition is added. And if you think this definition matches the sentence, you will select the sentence and click this button. So now we matched this sentence to this definition. Again, every UI allow you to add comments, explain your decision, and see others' comments. If others' comments are provided, it's going to show here, but currently there's no others' comments. So now we can submit our decision that we have a better definition for apex on and matched this definition to this example sentence. Example sentence number 1 is matched. So we can submit. You can clear your own decision. If this is not good, you can remove this and redo it. So submit. Again, confirm what you just did. So this is a proof definition. The third type is add a term. So this is the action that we need to do to help the user to complete. Users of character recorder may add a term to the ontology, but they may not put the term in the right location in the ontology. And this add term, recall when term was initially added to the Charax ontology, we put them under new additions group. And those new terms in new additions may need to be moved to the appropriate locations in the ontology. So this add a term part of the mobile app supports that function. So apical tools, again, I have that was shown in green, so I worked on this before. Let's review what I did. First of all, again, like all the other UIs, we first provide you some background definitions and example sentences for apical tooth. And then in the green bar, we ask you a specific question. So use the example sentence and the definition above to help you answer the questions below. So first question, is apical tooth a structure or a character? I think it's a structure. A character would be something like color, shape, size, pubescence. And the next question is to select a structure that has apical tooth as a subclass. So I have decided that apical tooth is a type of perigenium beak tooth. The user, you can find other terms currently in the Charax ontology. Other terms, structure terms, are listed in this drop-down box, and you can type and select those. Perigenium. So as you can see, perigenium beak tooth. When you type, the system shows that you can select. So those are after those two basic, because it's a structure term, we want to know how this structure, how the apical tooth is related to other structure, whether it is part of another structure or some other larger structure have apical tooth as a part. So here we ask you to fill in blanks below if applicable. Sometimes this question is not applicable, therefore you don't have to answer those. So for example, the first question asks you some structure. Is there some structure always has part of apical tooth? Always have part of apical tooth. I couldn't think of that structure, so I leave this blank. If other users have made a decision on those questions, you will see others' decisions shown here. The second question, is apical tooth, is something is always part of apical tooth? Something is always part of, can we find something that's always part of apical tooth? I cannot, so I leave that blank too. The next question is whether is there something may have part apical tooth. That I know. I think perigenium beak may have an apical tooth. So again, this is the selection, filtered selection option that you can type in and find your what you want to enter. So apical tooth always has part what? Apical tooth, I couldn't think of that, so I leave this blank. Is apical tooth is always part of something? No, I couldn't think of that either. So my decision, I just add what I know. We hope that because everything that every expert entered in this mobile app will be aggregated in one place. So even if you're not going to fill out all the information, others might, and we put all the information together to find the best place to put apical tooth in the ontology. So now the next section, the system asks you whether there are terms that are exchangeable with apical tools. So if there are synonyms, I just type in, you can type in here, I typed in apical teeth. And edit it. It should not allow you to add the same thing twice, but you can certainly remove one of those. And you can add other synonyms. I mean, others synonyms that's been added by others going to show here. So that you can, if they actually have bad synonyms, you can always add comments here to say that I disagree, something like that. So again, submit and reject terms are your options, and confirmation. We know it is a structure, it's a subclass of Perigenium big teeth. That's sufficient information to add the terms into in the right place in the ontology. Additional part of relations and synonyms will be helpful to have too. So this is the definition. I'm going to close this video and make another video to explain the definition and add term. I'm going to start a new video to talk about the last two types. Those are very similar to each other.